Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a moment to breathe. Not just a breath to survive, but a breath to center yourself, a breath to anchor your spirit in a world that constantly tries to throw you off course. Because the truth is, life is going to test you in ways you never expected. People will betray you, misunderstand you, disrespect you, and disappoint you. Sometimes it becomes tempting to lash out, to defend yourself, to prove your worth. But today I want to challenge you to do something different. I want to challenge you to go inward. Because real strength doesn't come from how loudly you speak, it comes from how deeply you rooted. This is not just a message about motivation, it's a wake-up call. It's a call to arms, not to fight the world, but to rise above it. It's about emotional mastery. It's about peace, power, and discipline. It's about understanding that when you react out of anger, you hand over your power. When you let someone else's chaos become your own, you lose yourself in a storm that was never yours to begin with. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're tired of being triggered, tired of being emotionally exhausted, tired of feeling like people control how you feel, then today is the day you take that control back. You don't have to keep being a prisoner to your emotions. You don't have to let your peace be hijacked by people who don't deserve access to your energy. You were not born to be reactive. You were born to be resilient. You were born to move with intention, not impulse, to build a life that's not dictated by other people's actions, but driven by your own values. That takes work, that takes focus, that takes emotional intelligence. But more than anything, it takes discipline. Because when the world is loud, you've got to be quiet within. When people throw shade, you've got to shine anyway. When they try to provoke you, you've got to smile and walk away, knowing that their chaos is not your concern, their drama is not your burden, and their opinions do not define your reality. This message is for the one who's ready to grow, for the one who's done explaining themselves, for the one who knows they're capable of more but keeps getting pulled back into mess, noise, and negativity. You don't need to be more aggressive, you need to be more grounded. You don't need to raise your voice, you need to raise your standards. So today, as you listen to these words, I want you to make a decision. No more giving your peace away for free. No more letting the small minds of others drag you into small battles. It's time to rise. It's time to reclaim your power. It's time to become unshakable. Because the strongest version of you isn't loud. It's calm. It's composed. It's unstoppable. Let's begin. Control your inner world first. Let's be real. People are going to test you. They're going to disrespect you, misunderstand you, talk behind your back, and sometimes they'll do it all with a smile on their face. They'll try to get under your skin, push your buttons, and disrupt your peace. But here's what you need to understand. How you respond to them is entirely up to you. That's your power. That's your strength. The moment you realize that no one has the power to make you angry without your permission, you step into a different level of emotional maturity. You become untouchable, not because the world stops trying to shake you, but because you stop letting it succeed. See, we've been taught to react. Someone disrespects you, react. Someone offends you, snap back. Someone lies on your name, argue, fight, defend. But here's the thing. Your reaction gives them control. Every time you let someone get to you, you are handing over your peace, your power, and your focus. And let me tell you something, your peace is priceless. You don't give that away. Just because someone's having a bad day and wants company in their misery. You don't surrender your calm just because someone else is loud, disrespectful, or messy. That's their storm, not yours. You've got to protect your energy like it's sacred, because it is. The real game changer, understanding that what people say and do is a reflection of them, not you. Their bitterness is their own burden, their anger, their pain, their jealousy, it all starts within them. And if you absorb it, you make it yours. but you don't have to. You are not a sponge for other people's dysfunction. Let them project. Let them hate. Let them misunderstand you. You stay centered, you stay still, you stay focused. Why? Because your peace is louder than their chaos. You don't need to explain yourself to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. You don't need to react to every insult or defend yourself against every lie. Some things deserve your silence. Some people deserve your absence. And if someone is deliberately trying to provoke you, understand this, they feel powerless. So they're trying to control your emotions, to feel strong. But your new mindset says, not today. You're too focused on your growth. You're too committed to your goals. You're too invested in your peace to let anyone pull you back into old patterns. The strongest people don't scream. They don't argue. They don't prove. They don't react. They observe, they protect their energy, and they move with intention. So today, choose calm over chaos. Choose peace over pride. Choose growth over reaction. Because you're not here to be triggered by small minds. You're here to build a big life. Master the power of detachment. If you want to stop getting angry and bothered by people, you must master the power of detachment. Detachment doesn't mean you stop caring, it means you stop trying to control outcomes. It means you stop expecting people to act a certain way, think a certain way, or treat you how you treat them. It means you accept people for who they are, not who you wish they were, because expectations, unrealistic ones, are the root of frustration. And here's a hard truth. Most of your anger doesn't come from what people do. It comes from what you expected them to do. You expected them to be loyal. You expected them to say thank you. You expected them to have your back. And when they didn't, you got hurt and then you got angry. But here's the shift. When you detach from expectations, you stop giving people power over your emotional state. People will disappoint you. That's just life. But how you respond, that's your choice. Detachment is not about being cold, it's about being centered. It's about saying, I see who you are, I accept it, but I won't let it disturb my peace. You must train yourself to stop being emotionally reactive. The world doesn't owe you kindness. Not everyone is going to understand you, respect you, or treat you right. But that doesn't mean you give them the keys to your emotions. Don't let external chaos create internal destruction. Let them talk, let them gossip, let them judge. You don't have to attend every argument you're invited to. Sometimes silence is your greatest form of strength. Sometimes walking away is your loudest answer. When you detach, you protect your peace. You stop absorbing negativity, you start choosing your battles wisely. Not everything deserves your attention. Not everyone deserves your energy. Some situations only exist to pull you back into the drama you fought so hard to escape from. So let go. Let go of needing to be liked. Let go of needing to be right. Let go of trying to change people who don't even want to change themselves. Let them be. You do you. Focus on your journey, your healing, your growth. You weren't created to fight every fool that crosses your path. You were created for purpose. You were created for greatness. And you can't reach that level if you're constantly getting pulled into petty arguments and emotional warfare. People who are calm, grounded, and focused, they operate in a different frequency. They've learned that not every insult requires a reaction. Not every slight deserves a response. That's power. That's maturity. That's freedom. So today, start practicing detachment. Not because you don't feel, but because you finally realized your peace is more important than your pride, and your growth is more valuable than your ego. Let people do what they do. You stay grounded, stay focused, and keep moving forward. Build inner peace through discipline and emotional intelligence. Now that you've learned how to detach and stop taking things personally, it's time to go one level deeper, developing discipline and emotional intelligence. You see, peace is not something that just happens, it's built. day by day through conscious choices. And if you want to stop being angry or bothered by people, you must discipline your mind the same way an athlete disciplines their body. Because emotions, when left unchecked, will control your life. Think about it. How many times have you said something in anger and regretted it later? How many times have you allowed one person's behavior to ruin your entire day? That's not power. That's slavery to emotion. And the only way to break free is through mental discipline. Every single day you have to train yourself to pause before reacting. You have to give yourself space to respond rather than explode. That pause, that's where peace lives. That pause is where you reclaim control. Emotional intelligence means recognizing that your feelings are valid, but not always accurate. Just because you feel disrespected doesn't mean you were. Just because you feel offended doesn't mean the other person was trying to hurt you. Emotional intelligence teaches you to slow down, to assess, and to choose your response instead of reacting on impulse. And the more you practice this, the stronger your mind becomes. Start journaling your triggers. Pay attention to the patterns. Who gets under your skin and why? Is it really them, or is it something unresolved within you? Often, people don't trigger us because of who they are. They trigger us because of the wounds we haven't healed. That's why peace is an inside job. It's not about changing the world. It's about changing your perspective. You don't need to fight the storm. You just need to become still within it. So how do you stay calm when the world is loud? You stay grounded through routine. Wake up early. Meditate, read, pray, exercise. Fuel your body and your mind with strength. A calm life starts with a strong morning. Surround yourself with people who speak life into you, not chaos. Protect your environment. If people constantly bring drama, distance yourself. Love them from afar, but guard your energy. And finally, know your worth. When you value yourself, you don't get thrown off by people's opinions or actions. You don't chase validation or revenge, you rise above it. Remember, anger is easy. Anyone can snap, lash out or argue. But remaining calm, staying composed, that's mastery. That's real strength. You don't need to win every argument. You don't need to explain yourself to everyone. Sometimes your peace is the most powerful statement you can make. So commit today to mastering your emotions, not because you're weak, but because you've realized nothing is more powerful than a person who refuses to be disturbed by the noise around them. You are in control now. Keep that peace, protect that power, and let the world adjust to your calm. Now take a deep breath and let everything you've heard settle in your spirit. This wasn't just another motivational video. This was a shift, a transformation, a reminder that your peace is a power, not a privilege, and it belongs to you, not the world. Let's be clear, the journey to emotional mastery isn't easy. You're not going to wake up tomorrow and be perfectly calm, completely detached and unbothered by everything. That's not realistic. What is real, though, is your ability to improve every single day, to become more self-aware, to stop letting the world dictate your emotional state, and to choose peace even when chaos knocks at your door. We live in a world that constantly provokes us. Social media drama, fake friends, workplace stress, relationship tension. It all piles up. But the truth is, if you don't learn to build inner peace, you will always live at the mercy of your environment. That's why this work matters. That's why you matter. Because every time you choose to pause, reflect, and rise instead of react, you become stronger, more powerful, more in control of your destiny. You were not born to be emotionally reactive. You were born to lead yourself with wisdom, discipline, and grace. And while people may never stop testing you, your response can evolve. That's the win. That's the growth. That's where freedom begins. You don't have to carry everyone's opinions. You don't have to fight every battle. You don't have to lose sleep over people who are never meant to walk with you. You're allowed to protect your energy. You're allowed to choose peace over performance. And you're absolutely allowed to prioritize your healing over their approval. Because the real glow up, it's not louder clothes, bigger circles, or more attention. It's when you walk into any room and no one, not even the most toxic person in your past, can shake your energy. That's when you know you've leveled up. So today, let this be your declaration. No more reacting to every insult. No more chasing people's understanding. No more explaining your worth. No more giving away your power. From this moment forward, you move differently. You rise above. You protect your peace like a treasure, because it is. You build discipline. You train your mind. You stay focused on the person you're becoming, not the distractions trying to pull you back. And when they come for your calm, because they will, you smile. Not because you're fake, but because you finally realize the storm outside means nothing when you've found stillness within. Final words? Let the world be loud. You be still. Let them test you. You pass the test by not reacting. Let them doubt you. You let your life prove them wrong. Because the strongest version of you doesn't shout. It simply shows up, focused, peaceful, unshakable. And that's how you win. Every single time. Now go out there and be the calm in the storm.